Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what?
I can't hear you at all. Man. What? Yeah, we didn't test the mics.
The one time.
Okay. What's up?
How about now?
I
can you hear me? Wonderful. Okay, so I wish I could have been here last week, but I had the best time. I went on a little vacation to Monterey. It was so much fun. It was for my grandma's birthday. We went on like a boat ride.
I saw pictures. It was gorgeous.
It was so much fun.
That was awesome.
It was really cool. And I haven't been on a vacation in forever. So
yeah. Well, we missed you, but I'm glad you're having a good time.
Thanks.
So, and of course, Kloppel's probably here too, wanting to move things along. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. And then I want to show you how to play this song in case you haven't seen the movie Tangled, which I've seen like a million trillion times at this point. I don't know why we haven't done the song until now, but it goes something like this at full speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you're like, wow, that seems like a really tough song, and this seems like a really long song, and this seems like a really fast song, that's because this is a tough, and what were the other ones I said? Long and difficult song. That's true, but you can get at least the first phrase, and the first phrase shows up like 4 times in the song. So if you get the first section of it, this one right here, if we can get that phrase down, then we have almost the whole entire song. So let's see if we can get all of these notes in. The goal is not to be able to play the song by the end of the lesson. The goal is to just to understand how you're supposed to find the notes so you can practice it throughout the week, and you can always come back to the video and rewind and watch it as many times as you need. But let's first find an A, because the A is the note that we need for the word and that's the beginning of the song. So to find an A, we're just gonna take any group of 3 black notes, literally any group of 3 black notes, take the middle note and drag it slightly up, and we'll land on an A every single time. I'm going to use a high A because this is going to go up a little bit, and then it's mostly going to be down in this area. So I'm going to use kind of a high A, and we play that one, and we just got to play A, B, C. Those 3 notes all in a row, and say the words and at last. So those are our first 3 notes, and at last. And don't forget to say the words out loud and practice a whole lot before you move on to the next section. I'm going to show you these next notes, though. We got to skip over 3 notes right here and skip all the way down to here. So if we skip over 3 notes, those notes happen to be G and A and B. But just skip over 3 notes and you'll land on an F every single time. And we're going to land, say out loud I and C for the 2 Fs that happen in a row there. So the first 5 notes of the song are and at last I C. We got 2 more notes to finish this phrase that is like the majority of the song. So we got to go down 1 note, play an E and say the, and then skip over that F and land on that note, which is a G, and say light. So if you just get that far today or this week, that's okay. Just practicing that one phrase. And at last, I see the light. Take it slow. It might be kind of frustrating. So just 1 note at a time. And practicing that thing right there, if we call that, phrase number 1, then we've got that phrase right there. We've got it right there. Phrase number 1 shows up again right there. And at last I see the light. And then once again right here. And it's warm and real and bright. And then, is that it? Okay, so that many times, 3 times, that same phrase is gonna show up. So that's gonna be an important one. Let's try it with the track and just worry about getting that phrase in those 3 times, and we'll slow the track down a little bit. Get ready on this A, and of course, if you're watching in the archives, then make sure you pause the video and practice so you can get all 3 of those. And if you're live with us, just play all the notes that you can. If you miss a bunch, that's perfectly fine. Move on, get the ones that you can. Don't worry about the rest. Let's go. 1 and a 2. And a 1, 2, go. And at last, I see the light. Cool, now get ready for the next one. We're gonna skip over, and it's like the fog has lifted. Okay, here we go again. And at last, I see the light. And then we're gonna skip this part, and it's like the sky is new. Get ready, here we go again. Ready on that A. And it's warm and real and bright. Okay, so that phrase 1 shows up a whole lot of times. let me show you this next little section here, because I know Kloppel's going to be getting pretty impatient here because we've been talking a lot so far. We need to go all the way down to a C. So you might have noticed when we were up on this C right here, because we went A, B, C, that's right underneath the group of 2 black notes. I would take advantage of that if I were you, because we got to go all the way down to this C, and we don't want to have to count backwards through the alphabet. So just go to that group of 2 and play the note right below it. That's going to be a C. So you're going to play that one, and you're going to play 3 Ds in a row, Ds just to the right of that C. So we're going to play C, D, D, D. And the words for that are, and it's like the, we got to jump up to this G, and again, this is going to take a lot of practice, but up to this G, and we're going to come down to the 2 Fs, just like we had 2 Fs over here. We got 2 Fs right here. And then actually we had FFE right there, and we've got FFE right here. Has lift ed. And then we're already into that next phrase 1 again. And at last I see the light. Let me show you what's going to happen in between those next 2. Again, you don't have to get this all down today. We're going to go from C all the way up to F, and then straight back down to C. So C, D, E, F, and then straight back down, E, D, C. So we're going C, up to F, and back down. And it's like the sky is new. Then we're back into phrase 1 again, and it's warm and real and bright. And then we're gonna go back through that C, D, E, F, E, D, C thing, except this time over here it was straight through. It was wonderful, it was beautiful. We went C up to F and then back down to C. On this next one, we're gonna go C up to F and then back down to C, but before we hit C, we're gonna play 2 Ds in a row. And that's why this line looks different. It's gonna be C, D, E, F, E, D, D, C. So the last D is kind of like a little hiccup right there. Then we're into our last line of the whole song. At that point, you've played everything except for the last line. That's pretty cool. So this last line is tricky. It's going to take a lot of practice, but you get to come back to the video and rewind this as many times as you need and practice it. No. Okay, when we start the track, it's going to be our last time through. So don't worry, you get to practice it on level 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go up to this G, come down to F, and then E. And this section right here, there's a big long break, especially if you listen to the movie version. Big long break before this next one. So we're gonna go G, F, E, and then D, E, D, and then down to B, and then up to C, then down to G. This is super weird. And then up to a G. So that's a G and that's a G. Make sure you play 2 different Gs here, because you can see this one is way lower than this one. So we gotta go from that low one all the way up to that high one. And then we're gonna go up to that high one, that G, F, E, B, C. So that last line again, all at once, everything looks different. Now that I see you. Okay, let's try this thing with the track. Get all the notes that you can, but don't worry about the rest. And of course, if you're in the archives, then pause the video, practice whatever sections you need to. And if you're live with us, get the notes you can. Don't worry about the rest. Everyone's gonna miss a bunch of notes. Here we go. And a 2. And a 1, 2, go. And at last, I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted, and at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright, and the has somehow shifted. The last line, all at once, everything looks different now that I see you. That's the whole thing. It's pretty fast. It's a really long song. It's kind of difficult. We got lots of time to practice. And speaking of practice, JT sent us that video earlier that had the first half of that Super Mario Brothers. This week he sent us the second half of it. Check out JT.
Here's part 2. check out the last video. Understand. Bye.
So we can also do that. Way to go, JT. You are fantastic. All right, Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the origami piano, and you can just fold up the piano and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Klopple.
That gives me every time. I like that one. The video's hilarious. All right, it's time for our feature of the week, which this week is a game called Flintstone Railroad. So there's 2 songs you need for this game. The first one is Flintstones, which goes from the cartoon, The Flintstones. So the first 2 notes of that is called a perfect fifth. If you're in Klopple Academy level 3 or higher, you already know that. That's a perfect fifth. So Flintstones, or I've been working on the railroad, which goes, I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. So that one right there, that's called a perfect fourth, and I think you also run into that in Klopple Academy level 3. So I've been working on the railroad, or Flintstones is a perfect fifth. Your job is to listen to the first 2 notes that I play and tell me if I'm playing Flintstones, perfect fifth, or I've been working on the railroad, which is a perfect fourth, and you're gonna try to play against Kendra and get more right than she does, but she's pretty good at this stuff. So listen carefully. Here we go. Here's our first one, from here to here. Does that sound like the beginning of Flintstones, or I've been working on the railroad? Take a guess at home. Kendra, I'll let you hear it one more time. What do you think, Kendra?
So I don't know the Flintstone songs very well, or
Yes.
the song very well, so I thought that's what it was, but then I realized it sounds more like the railroad one.
If you try to sing along with it, yeah. Flintstones, or I've been working on the railroad. It would be I've been working on the railroad. So that was a perfect fourth. Great job. Here we go. Next one is this one. Okay. Taking a guess at home. Get it before Kendra does. You can do this. And Kendra, what do you think?
Well, I'm basing all of these off of the railroad one, and I can't quite sing it with this one, so I'm going to go with Flintstones.
Okay, it would be Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Yeah, okay, cool. So that was Flintstones. That was a perfect fifth. We got one more of these. See if you can get it before Kendra does. This one right here. Try to sing along, see which one you can do. Flintstones, or I've been working on the railroad. Okay, Kendra, what do you think?
Flintstones?
It was Flintstones. Yeah, cool. So that was Flintstones. So that was perfect fifths and perfect fourths. And if you want to be able to do all of that stuff and all of our other games, you might want to jump into Klopple Academy. And that brings us to Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week is from Champion, who says, Dear Jamin, what is Klopple Academy? So we refer to Klopple Academy a lot in the lessons, and Klopple Academy is just the series of lessons where you just go through and you learn like everything you could possibly learn about music. It's 12 levels long. Each level takes about a year to complete, so it's a whole lot of stuff. But usually, like, most students will get like a level 1 or level 2 down, and then they'll kind of decide from there if they want to like continue on. Because if you end level 12, you're like ready to be like a professional musician, like go to a professional college and ace all of your exams, because you just know everything about classical and jazz is our 2 main focuses. So you learn a whole ton of stuff, but you don't have to complete the program, and it's included in your subscription. So you can just go over there and check out level 1 and kind of do level 1 and level 2 and see if you like it or not. Not everybody likes all the higher levels, but usually the first couple levels are pretty helpful, especially if you're wanting to get into the higher levels on our weekly live stream lessons. So anyway, you might want to check that out. It's free for you since you're a subscriber, and yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff in there. All kinds of stuff that's really secret information.
Secret information.
information that I want to share with you in our top secret folder is this. On today's song, actually, if you could put the PDF up for our song. I want to show you a couple things on this one. Secret information on this one is not on here. Are you kidding me? Well, this is the wrong folder, my friends. But I have the secret information. I remember the secret information for today, and that was that whenever you have two things. Are you kidding me? No, I don't have the secret information. I've only got the secret information for next week's song.
Can we go find it?
There's no secrets in here. They're all secrets for next week's song. Ah, poo. All right, well, let me see if there's anything in here that I can show you anyway. That's the first time that's ever happened. We have no secrets. This thing right here, actually, most people aren't going to know this. This right here is what we call a 1-5-1. So when we get into the level 4, the level 4 people aren't even going to know this one, but I'll tell you this one. This is called a 1-5-1, and that's a really common left-hand thing where the chord that we're supposed to be playing, you actually play the 1 of it, and then the 5 of it, and then the 1 of it. So in the chords on the next page, here we go. The chords on the next page, if you take any chord and you play that one and leave out the middle one, but you copy this one up at the top, that's what we do for a lot of the level 4 stuff. So even if you can't read the level 4 stuff, if you just ignore all of this bottom part and you could take a look at that and you just play the bottom note and then the top note and then you repeat the bottom note up at the top, that's called a 1-5-1, and we do that all the time. You can make yourself sound pretty professional on almost any song just by doing the 1-5-1 stuff. All right, let me see if there's one other thing in here that I can find that no one else would know. Oh, right here, of course. These two notes right here, they come in before the band comes in. That's called a pickup. So the band doesn't come in until right there. We've got all these rests. We're just waiting. That's why when we're counting off the song, we usually count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start. But on this one, we're just going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we start because we've got a pickup. So there you go. Those are your two pieces of information. A 1-5-1. You can just totally cheat and sound like a pro all the time if you learn how to do that with the chords. And then this one is called a pickup. That's where you start playing before the rest of the band plays. Whew. Okay, well, that's a little bit of secret information. I guess the only real secret we had this week was who the raffle winner was. Maybe it's you. Congratulations, way to go. Let us know what prize it is that you want, and let's all the rest of us go up to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.